If you grew up hearing things like, "You're too sensitive," "Stop being such a baby," or "Toughen up," you might be a highly sensitive person just like me. The good news is there's nothing wrong with you. And whether you identify as a highly sensitive person, otherwise known as an HSP, or an INFJ, or an empath, an introvert, or having experienced complex trauma or PTSD, or you just find the world an overwhelming place, you are not alone. This video is for you. I'm going to give you 12 life-saving tips for self-care and navigating high sensitivity. They help me go from life is too difficult to handle to I can not only do this, but I'm going to enjoy it. But first, let's start with the definition. What is a highly sensitive person? A highly sensitive person, otherwise known as an HSP, is considered neurodivergent. And we are thought to have an increased or deeper central nervous system sensitivity to stimuli, whether it's physical, emotional, or social. Some refer to it as a sensory processing sensitivity. But what causes it? Some people think it has genetic roots, but we have also discovered that early childhood environments also play a role. And evidence does suggest that those early childhood experiences can have an epigenetic effect on the sensitivity genes. But the good news is, again, you are not alone. 15 to 20% of people consider themselves highly sensitive. And that means we're overstimulated easily. We are empathic and caring. We feel intensely. We feel others' emotions, and we're deeply moved by beauty. We deeply process, and we dislike violence or loud noises or crowded environments, and we especially dislike conflict. Where stimulation comes from lights and sound and most stimuli in general. We often overthink, and we again are easily overwhelmed. We are also drained by too much activity, but we also have a strong attention to detail. So what can we do about it? How do we take care of ourselves so that life is not too much to bear? Step number 1, give yourself permission. Permission to be just as you are. There is nothing wrong with you. You also have permission to make your life more enjoyable, more comfortable. You have permission to meet your needs. No more shoulding all over yourself. Forcing ourselves to be someone or something that we are not will only lead to pain and suffering. We're made to be different, and that's awesome. Authenticity and vulnerability is the key to happiness, and that is the true measure of success in my book. Brene Brown says, vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they are never weakness. Vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. So don't try to change who you are. Find people who love you just as you are. Number 2 is meet your needs. 1, we gave ourselves permission to have those needs, and now we have permission to meet those needs. Whether it's alone time or journaling or meditating in a dark, quiet room, you deserve whatever you need. Take time to retreat. If you had a challenging childhood upbringing, this is especially important because we grew up learning to suppress our needs. It's now important as ever to learn to identify and meet your needs. Be aware of your tendency to suppress your needs and wear that like a badge of honor. The truth is we cannot be all we were created to be. We cannot achieve our highest potential. We cannot find our purpose or offer our gifts to the world if we are not having our needs met. That also means the world needs us to meet our needs. High sensitivity can become a superpower when we learn how to work with it, and it first starts with meeting your needs. So get in the habit of asking yourself, what do you need right now? Maybe even couple that with a hug, and then make a commitment to meeting that need. We also have to learn to ask others for what we need. And if that's difficult for you, utilize nonviolent communication. It is a very easy process of expressing how you're feeling and asking for what you need without upsetting someone else. If you'd like more information on that, check out my YouTube channel. Step number 3 is understanding your nervous system. It is important for us to learn and start to understand our body's signals. Our body will tell us when we're overstimulated. Overstimulation triggers our nervous system and activates the part of us that's in charge of fight or flight. And the HSP nervous system is more sensitive than most. So it is even more important for us to understand what is happening and how to manage it. Living in constant overstimulation means constant activation. This is very detrimental to the immune system, to the heart and digestion, even sexual function. Activation means we're dysregulated. Coming back to regulation can be a conscious choice. Symptoms of dysregulation can be anxiety, depression, substance abuse, muscle tension, digestive issues, sleep disturbances, chronic fatigue, mood swings, poor memory, and difficulty concentrating or ADHD-like symptoms. When we realize we're dysregulated, the following tips will help you come back to regulation. One important point to note is you find yourself continually coming back to dysregulation, you might have unhealed trauma. If you experience frequent triggers or somatic flashbacks, somatic healing is required. I offer free 30-minute trauma spotting through source tapping sessions, link in the description. Otherwise, if you've done the somatic work and healed your trauma, then it might be time to avoid those triggers. If you do find yourself dysregulated, start to breathe in and out of your heart, utilizing heart coherence and calming, soothing breathing to bring yourself back to regulation. Number 4 is exercise. Moving the energy through our body is the key to success and thriving. A simple walk can even help bring you back into regulation. But here's a fun, important point to note. Did you know the lymphatic system does not have its own pump? So it relies on muscle contraction to move the toxins out of our body. Stress hormones are toxic, as well as environmental toxins are consistently in our daily life as well. So exercise helps to remove the toxins from our body. It can also help reduce overwhelm, increase resilience, and reduce cortisol, but make sure you choose joyful, gentle exercise. We are not here to punish ourselves. Let's make sure not to cross those physical boundaries. Number 5 is water. Water has a profoundly cleansing, soothing, and relaxing effect. Make sure you drink water, walk by water, take a bath in water, take a shower, or even swimming can help calm the nervous system and reduce excess energy in our bodies. Water also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the calm, rest, and digest states. Lymphatic fluid is also water, and it helps us to drink more water and to pull those toxins or that lymphatic fluid towards our heart to help release stuck emotion. Typically, emotion is associated with water. Number 6 is be present with yourself. The best present you can give yourself is your own presence. The self-touch can also be soothing and help bring you to the present moment. You know that rubbing lotion on your body also helps calm the nervous system? Just like we pet a baby, we can give ourselves a loving caress. Put lotion on, give yourself a hug, and be with yourself and your body. Presence with our body is also very healing and calming. Just like we do in trauma spotting, you want to notice what area of your body calls your attention most and bring your loving presence and awareness to that sensation. You can even give words to that sensation. Describe it. How does it feel? Is it heavy? Is it dense? Is it warm? Is it cold? Does it have a color? And notice, how old does that feeling feel? Does it have an age or a maturity level? Recognize the younger version of yourself that first felt that way. Give him or her your loving focus and attention. Bring them into your heart. Ask what they need and promise to be the one to meet that need. Number 7 is sleep. A lack of sleep makes everything harder. Allow yourself to sleep as much as you need every once in a while and don't beat yourself up about it. You also want to improve your quality of sleep. This can be achieved by making it darker or making it cooler. Reduce as many sounds as possible and try to go to sleep and wake up at a consistent time. Reduce screen time at least 1 hour before bed and avoid any large meals, alcohol, or caffeine close to bedtime. And again, give yourself permission to be who you are. Respect your rhythm. If you're naturally a morning person, then honor that. If you're naturally a night owl, honor that too. Number 8, reduce stress and cortisol. And the first point I will make on this one is don't stress about your stress. That will only add to the problem. Stress leads to higher cortisol levels, and that prevents good sleep, which then in turn creates higher cortisol levels, creating a vicious cycle. So get as much sleep as possible. Overstimulation also increases cortisol. So avoid those loud crowds or environments that make you uncomfortable. Know what causes you to feel overwhelmed because it may be specific to you. Make sure to utilize meditation. I love having a calming morning routine as well as evening routine. Improve your sleep and learn how to breathe a soft, comforting breath of safety. Have a balanced diet and focus on as many fruits and vegetables as possible. And remember to detox frequently. Toxins can also activate your nervous system as well as the nervous system of your cells, causing you to feel activated. Fasting is the fastest way to detox. But again, you want to make sure your lymphatic system is open and you're regularly helping move that lymph fluid so that when you detox, the system can push it out. Number 9 is schedule empty space. My kids know I call it chill time. If I have reached a point where I have been overstimulated or been going too hard all day, I have to have some chill time. So make sure you schedule in that blank space or nothingness or stillness to come back to center in yourself. Create space in every day. Number 10 is take care of your home environment. I don't know about you, but a messy, chaotic environment makes me feel uncomfortable. The chaos is palpable and causes me to feel overstimulated. It is documented mess and clutter have a negative effect on our well-being. And high sensitivity also makes us highly responsive. So we have a tendency to feel a need to respond to a chaotic environment. So when that happens, notice your need to take some time to pause and integrate and recognize and understand and process what you're bringing in, and make space so that you can decide how you want to respond. Remembering that a calm and happy home environment can create calm happiness within you. Number 11, let's prioritize fun. All too often we can take things so seriously, especially if we're a high achiever combined with high sensitivity. We can be on the go and constantly doing things and making sure we're a good girl or doing what we're supposed to be doing. Let's take time for fun. We want to learn how to play again, learn how to have fun, learn how to make even the tasks that we have to complete more enjoyable. Let's have gratitude parties for even the little things. Hey, the mail came today. Let's have a party. Hey, the laundry's done. We have to fold the laundry. Let's have a party. We want to learn to consciously create energy. Oftentimes when we're highly sensitive, it can feel like the energy comes at us and we don't have control over what we experience. We can learn to create energetic boundaries, but we can also learn to create the energy we want to experience. Being highly sensitive also makes us very aware of beauty, and we can cultivate and experience beauty consciously. Seek out art and movie and books that you love. Spend time in nature or with friends or creating a beautiful recipe. What lifts you up? Engage your senses in a positive way. And number 12, see your high sensitivity as a gift. We are strong. We are highly capable. We have big, beautiful gifts to offer to the world. Our ability to feel into another can be consciously controlled. We don't always have to absorb everything the world sends our way. Again, energetic boundaries are a critical component to being able to control what comes in and what goes out. Recognize when you do the trauma work, you heal your nervous system, you understand how to come back to regulation, you understand energetic boundaries, you then have a gift that can be offered to help the world. So if your high sensitivity feels like a burden, definitely reach out for help for one of those free trauma spotting sessions. The link is in the description. And if you'd like to learn more, I highly recommend the book, The Highly Sensitive Person. If you'd like to learn more about nonviolent communication, check out this video. Sending love, my friends.